Welcome back to News Geelong here on site at the Reynolds Road South Barwon Football Club ground. The Geelong Cycling Club was established in 1911 and one of its newer initiatives is a Schools Challenge held on the Geelong Criterium track down at the Belmont Common, attracting top junior cyclists from throughout the state in their quest to become the next Lee Howard or Cadell Evans. Meryl Friend has more.
We're here at the Geelong Criterion track for the All Vic School Challenge happening here on Friday the 14th of September. Students and riders from around the Bellarine Peninsula are all involved, and there will be another final following on on the 14th of October. So these kids have been training hard and they're looking for glory, and we wish them well.
This is formerly known as the Schoolboys Cup, but we've come some distance since then. It's now the Schools Cycling Championship, and this is the district final, so we've got people from the Bellarine Peninsula basically and Geelong here. Maybe 50 riders this morning, so we're pretty pleased with that sort of turn-up.
And what sort of distances do they do?
Well, it's about 2.3 kilometres around the circuit. The older kids are doing 4 laps and 5 laps, and the younger ones are doing a shorter circuit of 4 laps.
So it's under 13 to under 19, and if the kids qualify through this stage, where do they go on to from there?
Well, we're conducting the state finals here at this venue as well. We're very fortunate in Geelong to have a facility such as this where we can conduct these races safely off-road, no traffic concerns, and it's much easier to marshal and organise an event here. So we're pretty fortunate.
And so where would the other competitors come from for that final?
Well, this will be a statewide final, so we would expect maybe 150 competitors from all over the state, so quite an event really.
Terrific for Geelong tourism too, I guess.
Well, we can hopefully have some better weather to show the potential of this area off. It seems it's a bit chilly and cool today, but it's better than the postponed day. We had a rainy day here, so we've actually delayed it.
So if Geelong residents and kids particularly are interested in becoming involved with the Geelong Cycling Club, what would you recommend they do?
Well, the best approach is to visit the Geelong Club website, and there's a whole lot of information on there about the history of the club, which is 101 years old this year, so we had our centenary last year, and there are also the options for membership and the various licences that are required if you want to be a competitive cyclist. There's a whole range of categories, and the prices range significantly as well, but we have elite licences right down to junior licences and novice licences, which are quite inexpensive.
So then there are adults involved as well?
We've got approximately 120 adults in the club. We'd like to see more, but our particular focus is on juniors, and we're very pleased with the progress of our juniors.
From the Criterion track, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Finals time continues in footy as we really get to the business end of the season. I'm going to join in with the experts and have a little bit of a tip this week. I've had a consultation with my good friend Sir Grubby Cations, and we've both come up with exactly the same selections through the AFL, VFL and the Geelong Football League. Firstly, in the AFL, we're both going for the double. Sydney, we hope, over the Collywobbles, and Hawthorn to be too strong for Adelaide. Looking at the VFL Grand Final, against the odds, the Geelong Cats to shine over Port Melbourne and give them a drubbing. Grubby really barracks for Geelong when the going gets tough. In the Geelong Football League, the might and power of South Barwon to win over Bell Park Dragons. And don't let us forget the netball. On Sunday, the GFL Netball Grand Finals will be played. 8 to be contested from 13 and unders to the A-grade senior level. South Barwon is participating in 6 of the 8 and will play Leopold in the A-grade Grand Final. Leopold has never won a GFL Netball A-grade title, while South Barwon is competing in its 10th straight A-grade Bendigo Bank Cup Grand Final. I think it's best to say the might and power of South Barwon to take the cup at the Geelong Arena show court on Sunday.
Thanks, Rollo. Well, I'll start with my AFL tips, and I'm going to tip Hawthorn to beat Adelaide comfortably in the preliminary final, while Sydney should do the job and beat Collingwood beat their curse in the other preliminary final to face off against the Hawks in the grand final. In the VFL, I'm going to tip the trusty Geelong Bendigo VFL Cats to do the job over Gary Ayres' Port Melbourne on Sunday. And tomorrow, I'm going to tip South Bowen by the smallest of margins over Bell Park. They've been the form side all season and should be able to just do the trick over the Dragons. Now it's over to you, Troy.
G'day guys, Troy Selwood here, captain of the VFL Bendigo Bank Cats, and here are my tips for the AFL, VFL and GFL this weekend. In the AFL preliminary finals, I'm tipping Sydney Swans to defeat Collingwood in Sydney on Friday night, and I'm also tipping Hawthorn to get over Adelaide Saturday night at the MCG, which makes for a Sydney Hawthorn grand final next weekend. Obviously in the VFL, I'm tipping us guys, the Bendigo Bank Cats, to win the premiership over Port Melbourne Borough, which is starting at 2:15 p.m. at Etihad Stadium on Sunday. So please get along if at all possible. And in the GFL, I'm tipping the South Bowen Swans to get one back on Bell Park Dragons and have a win in the GFL Grand Final. So thanks very much for watching me throughout the year, and might see you next year. Cheers.
As we go to a break on News Geelong, don't forget you can Twitter us at Twitter at NewsGeelong31 or on Facebook, www.facebook.com/NewsGeelong31. Give us your comments and feedback about News Geelong. We greatly appreciate them. We'll be back with sport and weather after this.